This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we will be given an integer n, and after that we will be given an array of n integers as input. So these integers represents an interval in a stopwatch. So initially we will be given a stopwatch in which the time is 0, and these are the intervals in which the button is clicked in that stopwatch. So we have to find the time that will be shown in the stopwatch after clicking the buttons at these intervals. So initially the time will be 0 in the stopwatch, and the first time the button has been clicked. So now the time has started, and then the second time the button has been clicked at the third second. So now the time in that stopwatch will be 3, and now the time will be passed. So now the stopwatch will not be running. So till 73 the stopwatch is still. Only at the 74th second the stopwatch is being clicked again. So now again from 3 the time starts running. So it is running until it becomes 87, because only at the 87th second the stopwatch has been clicked again. So now again the time will be passed. So now we have to calculate the time difference between 87 and 74. So 87 minus 74 we will get 13. So already 3 seconds the stopwatch has been running. So 13 plus 3 is 16. So that is how we print 16 in our output. So in case if the value of n is equal to 5, then there will be 5 time intervals. So if there is 5 time intervals, then the stopwatch would have been running. So we cannot print the exact time in our output. So in those cases we have to print -1 in our output. So if n is odd, then we can just directly print -1. Now let us see how to write a C program for this. So first I am creating a new integer n, and then using a scanf I am accepting the value of integer n. So first we are going to check whether the integer n is odd or not, because if n is odd, then we can just directly print -1 and terminate the whole program. So if n mod 2 is not equal to 0, then using a printf we can just print -1 and we can terminate the whole program using exit 0. So we are going to proceed only if n is an even number. So if n is even number, then we will move to the next lines of code. So then we will create a new integer array named intervals of size n, and then using a for loop we have to accept the n intervals and we have to store it into the array intervals. So now we are going to see the logic for calculating the time that will be shown in the stopwatch. So I am creating a new integer variable named total time, and I am setting it to 0 initially. So we are going to iterate through this array intervals. So the time shown in the stopwatch will be nothing but the difference between every two integers. So I am creating a loop. So in every iteration we will be incrementing the value of I by 2. So what we will be doing is the difference between the second and first integer, and then the difference between the fourth and third integer. So we have to add all these values with the variable total time. So I am setting total time plus is equal to intervals of I plus 1 minus intervals of I. So after the execution of this loop, the value present in the total time will be the time shown in stopwatch. So using a printf we can just print it. So this is the logic to solve today's daily challenge. Thank you for watching.